Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have part 2 of the video that I made to celebrate 250 subscribers, where me and my friends were all on Herbies and we got into quite a big fight in IC, but we ended it at the Grand Plains River obviously, so this is the continuation of that fight, and we're gonna go back into IC and face the same group that was there before, and we're just gonna have some more fun playing these Herbies. While we're at it, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support. The channel's been doing crazy lately and it really means the world to me and really appreciate it. But for now, let's just get back into the video. Obviously, on our way back to IC, we had a little discussion on which dino was the tallest, so I had to prove that when my bars is roaring, it's by far the tallest. But, you know, just as in part 1 of this two-parted video, we have that same group with all the semi-aquatics in the pond, and this green EO that we nearly killed in the first part because Tay knocked it off the big rock here. He was also still here. Obviously we started attacking him again as well. He got low and he once again fled back into the water, so you know, not much changed over there. All in all, like, this was a very fun video to make, but also like to just play with this Herbi group against this whole Carney group was just very fun experience altogether. But we got some help from some unexpected angles. Unfortunately, the stego that we saved from the EO in Grand Plains in the last episode, he went into the pond to try and finish off that one-tap EO, but he made it out of the pond, but he didn't have any stamina left, and that's when he got killed, unfortunately. But our new random EO friend got some pretty good hits in on the Spino too, so that's actually kind of nice. And this Concavenated, as you can see, together with all those Hatses and like the tiny Metri and the Achillo, they're all gonna start eating from our fallen friend, which I didn't really appreciate it. So with a few good tail wipes or tail slams or whatever they're called on the bars, we're gonna be able to get a pretty nice double kill here in a second. So the animation is unfortunately a bit delayed, but you can just see two dinos here in a second flop simultaneously to their death, and they just stood there even after I smacked them once. So second time killed both the conch and the hats. That's when they finally decided to leave. So we lost the stego here, but he wasn't in our group to begin with at the start, but you know, still was another fallen soldier. But we gained this EO for our group, so I would say that's a pretty decent trade. And we're gonna gain another member in a second in the form of this duck over here. So we now also have a semi-aquatic of our own that can go into the pond and finish off anything that they have when it's finally on low health. So you know, it's not looking too bad for us here. However, it can always get better. EO started charging the Sarah. Another EO actually walked in and he joined our little Herbi army as well. So we now had two EOs. We still had, I believe, one or two Iggies. My buddy Sean switched from his Iggy to his stego. So we had two Iggies, two lambs, a duck, me on the bars, and then like another stego and the two random EOs. So you know, pretty okay group here, and we were now gonna try to, you know, make some dents in their whole semi-aquatic army that they still had in the pond, because we couldn't really get a drink all the time and it's just kind of getting annoying, so we would have to try to do something about that. Our duck went into the water, but you know, obviously pretty quickly got swarmed by all the Sukos that were still in there. But the EO charged in there, actually managed to land his charge for a bit, so not that bad over there. And we just chilled out for a bit again, sent the duck in again. Obviously very quickly got swarmed, but we had our buddy Luca, who was playing on Lambio before and in part 1 as well. He was now switching to his mag, which was in the pond, so that if anything was left on like 0 health in there, he could just quickly run in there with his mag, kill it, and then quickly run back out to safety towards our group. So you know, we had the strategy down now. It was just a matter of making sure that the strategy would actually work. So once again we sent the duck in to see if he could do some damage to them, and to our surprise he actually managed to do pretty well. He got some Sukos very low, and this Suko here, he didn't really look behind him because he kind of reversed right into an EO that he for some reason didn't see coming or didn't even hear. So that was 1 Suko down, but that still left I believe 3 of them. Here you can see my buddy Luca switched to his mag and he managed to put down a Suko as well. So that left them with just 2 Sukos and the Spino now. So it was starting to look very preferable from our side of the battle. My buddy Tay is still playing the lamb. He was healing the duck, but this aloe kind of snuck up on them and just started hitting them while they were sitting down. So bit of a cheeky move from him there, but he's gonna get what he deserves as well, because the whole group just jumped on him. Unfortunately he was just a little too fast and he managed to escape, but you know, he wasn't our main goal that we wanted to take down, because those things were still in the pond. So we kind of chased him for a bit. They, like all the smaller stuff, chased him for quite a bit longer, but me on the slow heavy bars together with the EOs and the Stego and the duck, we just stayed near the water. But Luca was now taking out his frustration on that little Spino, which obviously the inhabitants of the pond didn't really appreciate him doing, so they kind of rushed out there. But that's when our EO made a big brain move and started attacking the Spino. The EO with the white hat managed to get some pretty solid hits in on that Suko, and Luca, after lots of tries and the Spino not really getting involved at the first part of the fight, he was actually able to put down the tiny Spino in a second as well. Both me and the 2 EOs went in the pond as well, but that's when we heard the roar that every herbivore fears, that of the T-Rex obviously. However, the T-Rex didn't really play it smart. There you can see Luca on his mech killing the baby Spino. The Rex just kind of ran in there. The 2 EOs just stood up, started sharpening their horns, and you can see the Rex. This was a moment like, oh shit. It was at this moment that he knew. He effed up, and he just kind of backed towards the water, looking very scared. And the EOs went in and they absolutely decimated him. So I'll just let you guys watch that. As you can see, he's getting absolutely destroyed, but you might have noticed it in the background. There's another EO coming, which unfortunately for us was on their side, so he just ran in there and started attacking Sean on his Stego. So we now had to deal with that EO as well. But luckily we were able to put down the Rex, and you know, it wasn't going terrible, but that's when that other EO ran into the pond where our other EO was already kind of low from fighting the Rex, so we lost one as well. And unfortunately Luca on his mech died to the Spino as well. But you know, we managed to kill the Rex, and we also killed that other Suko, I believe. So now there were 2 tiny Achillos in IC, and that Aloe from before was also back. And he is unfortunately gonna be quite the problem later on, together with that EO with the yellow crest that's sitting in the pond now. I tried to bait in this little Chillo by dropping a trophy, but he had clearly noticed our violent war that we had going on with carnies here, so he wasn't really taking the bait, unfortunately. But you know, we have some more tricks up our sleeve to try and get him to come to me, and he just decided to start attacking me. So I thought, if I just run forward, as soon as he falls off, if I then do my tail slam, it should land right on his head. And as beautiful as I thought of it in my head, it worked exactly like that. He fell off whilst I was running. I instantly tail slammed and landed right on his little head, insta-killing it. However, that's where this aloe with his headshot bite that does a crazy amount of bleed is gonna be quite the annoyance for me. And he wasn't alone, unfortunately for me. He also had this albino Dasp on his side as well. So it was just now me and Sean versus the aloe and the Dasp, which in and of itself that should be a fight that we can quite easily win. But he obviously still had that EO sitting in the pond as well. We still had an EO too, but he is yeah, you'll guys see. The duck also came back to help us out for a bit, which was very nice, but we kind of got chased out of crater, or we kind of chased them out of crater, because at this point it was still a 4v2, and that is Luca back on his mag as well, so now it was even a 5v2, so that was still looking quite preferable for us, but unfortunately it wouldn't stay that way very long. Because Sean took an absolute beating going up the other ramp than the rest of us, so he was on his own against both of them. So he was now running on absolute fumes with his Stago, which wasn't good. And just like that, unfortunately, he met his demise. So it was now back to a 3v2, because the other EO kind of left, but that's where that EO with the yellow crest from the pond also got involved. He first completely charged me and actually managed to hit me. Then he chased my only other save and grace, the duck that helped us from the beginning as well. Chased that thing away from me. So that kind of left me in a 3v1. And yeah, that obviously wasn't really going to end well for me, despite the bars of course having a lot of health, the lack of stamina and the lack of speed, and just the lack of maneuverability and the insane bleed from the headshot bites from that aloe were really starting to do some damage to me. But I do still get in a few good hits on the aloe, and I actually ended up almost killing it, but with the Dasp and the EO now also joining back into the fight, there wasn't really much I could have done here. But you know, we had a fun little time ruling Impact Crater, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the video too. You know, it had to end at some point, but you know, we gave it our best shot, and we had a lot of fun filming it and recording it, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.